let go. I felt like I could take life anymore. Depression weighed me down. I've had so many problems all around, but God held me close. Is that your testimony? So I wouldn't let go. Oh, He kept me. I wish I had just one more witness there. So I wouldn't let go. Do I got any real folks in here today? If I got a real person here, just look at somebody and tell them, I almost gave up. I was right at the edge of a breakthrough and couldn't see it. The devil really had me. But Jesus came and he grabbed me. Oh, he kept me. St. Luke chapter 1. St. Luke chapter 1, verse 20 says, and behold, thou shalt be dumb and shall not be able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed. Because thou believest not in my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. May God add blessings to the readers, hearers, and the doers of his holy word. Look at somebody and tell them, neighbor, this year the Lord said, shut your mouth. This year, the Lord said, shut your mouth. I've learned that there are many believers that live in the church, but there's also many unbelievers that come to the church. And many blessings have been held up or forfeited because some people don't know how to shut their mouths. Just by opening your mouth at an untimely manner, in an untamely fashion, can cause a door of opportunity to be closed, delayed, or denied, because there is harm in talking too much. Especially when you're talking to others who are almost like you and don't believe. I've learned something, Pastor Miller and Pastor Elliott, that most unbelievers are not in the street. But the most unbelievers, Pastor Timothy Williams, are in the church. If y'all don't believe me, just look at your financial records when you get a chance. I've had some members of our church who are still asking, well, they stopped now, but they asked for 6 months for a financial meeting. And I said to them, if you've paid tithes, then you don't care what's in there. But the majority of the ones that want to know what's there is those that don't pay. Oh, y'all ain't got to say nothing. I think I'm preaching now. You know, it's strange to me how people can believe some of the word, but don't believe all of it. I believe it was Paul who said, you can't eat some bread, you got to eat the whole loaf. There are some people who say, I believe God, but won't pay tithe. Let me suggest to you this year, God has given you another opportunity, another chance, another ounce of breath to get your life together and get it right with him. And if you're not going to help, then stop hindering the situation. I got to move on here, but I promise to not be long. But I want to share with you that there is a problem when there are some people who talk much but do less. Talking not only to the wrong people can be harmful, but sometimes talking to the right folks and saying the wrong thing can be harmful. I know some of you are looking at me strange, and some may be listening and viewing here, but you need to know that if you don't believe, it's best to just keep your mouth closed. Because sometimes you can mess yourself up and miss what God has already for you just because you open your mouth. If you don't believe me, let me give you a quick recap of this text. In a brief description of this text, there was a man by the name of Zacharias. And Zacharias prayed to the Lord concerning his wife Elizabeth being barren, her womb being stricken for years. And let me just suggest to you, I believe Pastor Warner Pitt said it earlier. He said he was the bearer of bad news, and the bad news he had to give us was that we were going to have some more trouble, some more trials, and some more tribulations. But let me suggest something to you. You can go through trouble, trials, and tribulations when you believe who's able to keep you have been the same one who has kept you from 23 all the way here to 24. I wish I had about 8 believers in here. I make 9 that can testify, regardless to all the hell I might endure, regardless to all the problems I may have, regardless to what it may look like right now does not determine my today. Right now does not determine my tomorrow. I thought I had some believers up in here that can testify that I am not going to speak ill of my situation, but I'm going to do what the Bible said, and I'm going to speak some stuff into existence. I'm going to stop saying I can't do and say I can do. Why you going to say that? Because all of my help come from the Lord. Why you going to say that, preacher? I know you're sick, but he said by his stripes I'm already here. I know you're down, but he said, lo, if I'm with you, I'll be with you always. I know I can't see right now, but he said that my God shall supply. I thought I had some help up in here. All of my needs according to his riches in glory. And if you can't speak a word to yourself, just shut your mouth. I'm almost through. How dare Zacharias pray for something and still don't believe? Remind me of some folks I know. They'll come to prayer meeting, they'll come to Sunday school, they'll come to worship, they'll come to choir rehearsal, praise team rehearsal. They'll be there 6 times out of the 7-day week at the church house and still not believe that God has power to do what he said. So here it is. Zacharias is praying and asking the Lord to allow a seed to grow in his wife's womb. But yet, he don't believe. The stuff you ask God for in 23, he might give it to you in 24. But the question is, do you believe? The church got to go back to being the church. Church got to stop acting like the world. And we're supposed to have the world to act like the church. I got to let you go. I don't want to hold you long. But Zacharias did not believe. And so God says, since you don't believe, I'm going to do something for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cause you to not mess up your own blessing. Now, for those of you who was taking notes, I'm on my second point. Let me suggest something to you. Sometime God allow us to go through some sickness, and he lay us on our back, and he keep us away from some stuff just to keep us from messing up our own blessing. Y'all ain't saying much. Sometimes God put you in strategic situations, and he allow the enemy to sit next to you and even befriend you, because he want to allow you to stop so you don't mess up your own blessing. Okay, let me come down your street and your avenue. Let me sit down on your porch. I don't have to come in the house. But is there anybody that can testify that I had made plans to go out some nights, but something interrupted my plan, and my plan was interrupted, and then finally I found out if I had gone out, I probably would have been dead. Y'all ain't saying much to me up in here. Let me suggest something to you. Sometime God will put pause on your life because he wants to stop you from hurting your own self. And so what God did, he said, Zacharias, since you don't believe me, I'm going to make you a mute. Lord, help me preach up in here. Sometime God will make you a mute just so that he can show you that he's God. Anybody here ever been sick before? Can you testify that God had stricken you and allowed sickness to strike you just so that he could show you that he's a healer? Scripture said that not all sickness is unto death. And I'm looking at some folk in here that had some major sicknesses. I mean some real stuff, some stuff that should have taken you out of here, but you're still here. I thought I had about 4 witnesses. I'll make 5 that can testify that he is still a healer. Not only is he a healer, but he is a deliverer. Sometimes we get ourselves in trouble. I think I can testify for me. I've been in some stuff, willingly and unwillingly. Some things I've been in people don't even know about. But then there's some stuff I got put in that I don't even know about. Y'all ain't got to help me preach. What do you mean, preacher? What I'm saying is some stuff people have said about me that has never happened, but it happened in their mind. Oh, y'all ain't gonna help me preach. I wish I had about 2 more witnesses up in here that can testify. Preacher, I've been where you are because I know some gossipers. I know some liars. I know some backbiters. I know some folk who are really envious and jealous of me. And the Bible said that jealousy is much crueler than the grave. So what God does is, and I'm almost done, he causes Zacharias to have a mute moment. One he does is he shut him up before he can mess up his own blessing. Can I help somebody here and let you know that this year God wants you to be careful about what you allow to come out of your mouth. Are y'all praying with me here? Because there is power of life and death in your tongue. Y'all gonna help me preach? I gotta leave you now. But you know, sometime God, he has a way of testing us. Oh, yes, he does. And what he does is he'll allow your enemy, he'll allow your friend, he'll allow your hater to get next to you just so he can teach you how to be humble, just so he can teach you how to shut your mouth. I want to leave you, but I heard Zacharias, he wanted to speak. He tried to speak, but God made him a mute. And God said, I ain't gonna let you speak, Zacharias, because I don't want you to mess up this blessing that I have in store. Oh no. So the Bible says that God put him on mute. There's somebody here that think that they should have been farther than where you are now. But God, he placed you on mute because some of the people that was in your surrounding, if you had have gone up, they wouldn't have been nothing but leeches to you. Some of the people that was around you, if you had made a move, they would have shown up been hating on you. But I gotta let you go. I'm done now. Good evening, y'all. What God did, God, he let him stay quiet for 9 months. He let him shut his mouth for 9 months. And when Elizabeth delivered, that's when Zacharias was able to speak again. Do me a favor and look at your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, in 2024, it's delivering time. In 2024, everything that God has put in me, he has shut me up. He has kept me quiet. But he's getting ready to allow me to get on the delivery table. Look at your neighbor and tell them, neighbor, please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. But while I'm on this delivering table, while I'm here, I'ma keep my mouth closed. I can't tell you yet, but God is getting ready to open up some doors. I can't tell you yet, but God is getting ready to make some ways. I gotta close here, but if there anybody here that believes God, if you believe God, do me a favor, put your hand in a neighbor's hand and tell them, neighbor, the reason why I believe God is because he kept me through 23. I've had some good days. I've had some bad days. I've had some hills and mountains to climb. But through it all, he kept me. me? I wish I had a real church. Did he keep you? Did he keep you? If you know he's a keeper, look at your neighbor and grab him by the hand and tell him, neighbor, I don't deserve this privilege and this moment to be here, but God has been so good to me. He looked. He looked. Oh, he looked. Didn't he do it? I said, didn't he do it? I said, didn't he do it? If you know he did it, do me a favor and look at your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, I'm really trying to hold my peace, but this is not the time for me to be quiet, because every time I turn around, the Lord keep right on blessing me. I don't want to tell it, but he picked me up, dusted me off. I don't want to tell it, but when I was down, he gave me joy. I don't want to tell it, but I almost lost my mind. I almost lost it all, but he been good to me. Yeah. Has he been good? I said, has he been good? I said, has he been good? Y'all excuse me. I didn't mean to go this far, but can I tell you? I said, can I tell you, I should have been dead. Can I tell you, I wasn't even fit to be here tonight. Can I tell you, I done messed up from 12 a.m. up until right now. But do me a favor and look at your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, I'm glad he's a God that don't keep a record. I'm glad he's a God that look beyond my faults. I'm glad he's a God that see my need. Anybody been sick? Didn't God heal you? Anybody been broke? Didn't God mend you together? Oh, won't he do it? Oh, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? If you know he will, look at your neighbor and tell him, neighbor, I got something I need to tell you. Be not dismayed. I don't care how bad it look. Some of y'all ain't said nothing. Look at your neighbor and tell them, be not dismayed. Whatever betide you. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing. Look at your neighbor and tell them, be not dismayed. Whatever betide you. The same God that died for me, the same God that got up early one Sunday morning, he will. Anybody know he will? He will. Take care of you. Yeah. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah. stormy rain. Friends talk about me, enemies misuse me, but I gotta keep marching on till he comes again. I need him to hide me in the love. Lord, write my name. Please write my name above. Oh, you win the gates when they swing. I don't know about you, but yes, I will. I'ma say this and I'ma sit down, but I get tired, Lord. So need rest. I get so tired, been built and scarred.
Yes, sir.
My friends talk about me.
Yes, sir.
Enemies misuse me, but I gotta keep marching on until he carry me home. Jesus, write my name, write it up above. God is weak when they swing. I'ma say this and I'ma sit down. Yeah. Can I say this and I'm done? Lord, I'm coming.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming home, Lord. Every day I'm trusting in your holy word. Lord, teach me how to be humble unto the Savior. You know he's coming again. Hide me in your love. Write it up above. I tell you, when the gates swing. Stay right there. I tell you, it's when the gates swing. Some glad morning. Oh, Lord.
The gates
yeah.
swing
I'm gonna fly away.
The gates
Yes, I am.
swing
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah.
The gates, when the gates, when the gates,
when they swing open, when they swing open,
when the gates, when the gates,
when they swing
when
open,
the gates, when the gates, when the gates.